Hey, how are we doing there, everyone? Welcome to the Goblins live show. We've got a interesting and, well, we'll see how it goes kind of show for you today, where we're going to have a look at the teased Kawasaki EV bikes that were kind of unveiled in, was it Milan in Italy, at a motorcycle event in Italy. So yeah, we'll have a look at that, see what our initial thoughts are on those. And then the wifey has got a little quiz for us to do. So we'll see how that goes. You ready, wifey?
Ready.
All right, let's go ahead, roll the intro. I'll tell you what, the closer it gets to Christmas, the harder it is to stick on these diets of ours.
Yeah, it is harder.
And then there's the wifey just watching
Beard meets
food. Excuse me, yeah, beard meets food.
I was eating pancakes and it was just...
Oh dear. God, it looks so good.
It does.
And when you're hungry already and you're surviving on a bowl of soup, basically, a bowl of soup and a bread roll.
Sounds like Oliver Twist when you put it like that, doesn't it?
Please, sir, can I have some more? That's the one, isn't it?
No, you go over calories.
Yeah. No, you're too fat. Yeah, it's sad not being able to eat good stuff.
Yeah, but it'll be worth it.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully, by Christmas we'll be able to kind of let go a little bit. Yeah, but anyway, wifey, yeah, how you doing? You been up to anything interesting this week?
No?
No, nothing.
I'm still going through induction with my new role, so...
That's true, yeah.
There's a lot of reading, so I'm very tired.
What have you been up to, Pug? You been up to anything interesting this week? Huh?
No.
Lots of sleeping, lots of eating, lots of pooping.
Lots of farting.
Lots of farting, lots of cuddles. That's about it, isn't it, for you?
That's kind
Lots
of
of
his,
playtime.
his routine, isn't it, of life, so...
Yeah, very interesting. So, I mean, I think we should start off the show by apologising to everyone because
What do we do?
what do we do? It's more like what we haven't done. This week we didn't release a reaction video and we didn't release a live show clip either. So, I mean, well, so the live show clip was a tough one because, I mean, me and the wifey had some creative differences, I suppose, and I wanted to cut it back a little bit at the clip, but the reaction video yesterday was picked up by YouTube as had copyrighted material apparently, so we've had to delay that one, and it was never going to be ready. But because by the time it got picked up by YouTube, it was too late already. So we thought we'll save that one in the bank for next week. But bit of a pain. And it's just out of our control, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just like a little bit of music that was in the video we were reacting to. So yeah,
Didn't even twig it was there, though.
And also as well, I mean, this reaction video that we filmed was dash cam footage mainly. And apparently some people have copyrighted dash cam footage. Who knew you could do that? So we've got that as well. That happened on that same video, unfortunately, but yeah, next week it will be all back to the normal schedule. Tomorrow's video is absolutely fine. That's already done. So, yeah, so we will see you tomorrow anyway. But 125, go ahead. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. TTT. Titus? Sorry, mate, if I butchered your name. But how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, so, I mean, that's a bit the drama of this week, but... I'm trying to think if there was anything else that really had been going on. Not sure. I mean, it just feels like ever since we've been cutting these calories, our lives are boring now. Like we don't do anything because we haven't got enough energy to do anything.
You make it sound like our whole life revolves around food when you put it like that.
Yeah, but when you have your access restricted, taken away from you, then it kind of makes your life all about when you're going to get your next meal. So yeah,
I'm very much focusing on Christmas
yeah, me too.
and getting ready for Christmas and stuff. So
The problem is we bought a few celebrations tubs and a few tubs of heroes, and they're just sitting up on top of a cupboard, just waiting to be eaten.
are they calling to you?
Far too many calories every day. Every day I walk past the kitchen, I look at them and I'm like,
If you just don't look up, you won't see them. That's what I do. Do you want me to move them so you don't know who they are?
No. I want. It'll be my prize. It'll be my prize when we get to Christmas holidays. It'll be my prize for being.
Oh yeah, we have a cut-off point
patient.
of when we're actually allowed to just go sod the diet. We're going to eat what we want for a small period of time.
Yeah, well, just over the Christmas kind of week, isn't it?
And
Really?
goodness me, we're probably going to go a bit too over the board because the restriction. But so are you.
I'm still going to try to be good, but I'm not going to be as restrictive as I am right now. But
I'm going to enjoy my Christmas dinner for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy all the Christmas treats, everything, the mince pies.
But even he
chocolate.
gets like more than he normally would, doesn't he? With
Yeah,
with his stocking, it's just full of.
It's just hard as well because
specials.
whenever you go to the supermarket, you've always got the Christmas exclusive stuff, and you just want to eat it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, mad, absolutely
And buy
madness.
it all, especially when all the deals start coming out. You're like, stop it, just stop it.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, so yeah, yesterday there was a bit of an event in Italy where Kawasaki unveiled some new motorcycles.
not just any motorcycles, though, are they?
Nah, they're EVs. So well, let's pop you guys over to this other screen here so you guys can see it. But yeah, so this is literally yesterday when this article came out, and yeah, looks quite nice. I mean, it looks like a sport touring bike rather than a sport bike, even though they called it a Ninja EV. It looks more like a Ninja 650 or or maybe even a 1000 SX, which are sport tourers. So, I mean, it's interesting, but I mean, we're going to kind of discuss how we feel about them.
For those who don't know what EV stands for, because obviously I do, what does it stand for?
I don't know.
Oh, right. Cool.
Well, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It stands for electric vehicle. So you got Ninja electric vehicle. I hope that's not the branding that they're going to go for, because that's going to suck.
Snappy.
Shut up. That's
Wow.
going to be horrendous.
What have you got?
Absolutely
A Ninja
horrendous.
EV.
Yeah, Ninja.
Sounds like some sort of
EV sounds better than electric vehicle, but
sounds
when
like some sort of virus, doesn't it? I've got the Ninja EV.
So it's not just the Ninja EV that they were teasing; it was also the Z EV as well.
Not the naked one.
Yeah, so it's like as if they're kind of starting us off on the mid-range machines. Yeah, kind of middleweight, like a Z650 or a Ninja 650. That's what it kind of looks like to me. But I mean, it looks okay.
They've also unveiled a HEV hydrogen-powered concept motorcycle.
Yeah, but these bikes are actually slated to come out in 2023.
Yeah.
Which is just around the corner.
The interesting thing we found out about this is that the batteries are easily removed.
Well, okay. Let's leave that for a moment,
Right.
because let's just talk a little bit about, first of all, the way they look
They
and
look
whether or
nice.
not we approve of the way they look. Because me and the wifey have had this discussion before about how I like electric vehicles looking different, but you have the opposite opinion where you want an electric vehicle to just look like a normal car or a normal motorcycle.
Well, the side view I've had of these, I think they look nice.
But they look like traditional motorcycles, though. They don't look like EVs necessarily.
That's probably why I like them then.
Yeah.
Do you not like them?
I do, but it's a very traditional design,
Can
and I would have liked to have seen more of the H2 lineup design elements in these bikes.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you like them because they're Kawasaki's?
Not particularly.
No.
But we'll get onto that in a moment.
Oh.
'Cause,
I mean, everything I'm saying is getting very much like, well, we'll come to that.
Yeah. because as cool as they look, because the look is probably about their only good thing, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. So, and this has got nothing to do with my bias on, Actually, e-motorcycles, all right, it's got nothing to do with that. But, I mean, they look like Kawasaki's, and that's about it, really. Would you agree?
So say that again?
They look like Kawasaki's, but that's about it.
They look like Kawasaki's, yes.
Okay.
I don't know what you mean by that's about it.
So...
What makes them not?
Well, I mean, I'm sure that some of you have probably already heard about this if you're enthusiasts, but they're not exactly saleable. Have you read the article?
I skimmed it.
Okay. You might have missed a bit about how the battery size is 4 kilowatts.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
So, okay, that's just from the little keynote. So, I mean, this is apparently these bikes are targeting A1 license, the A1 license. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of like the middleweight bike. But, excuse me, 3 kilowatts of battery power. Now, to put that into context, the competing EV manufacturers are looking over 10 kilowatts.
So why is it so small then?
Maybe more than that, up to 17 kilowatts. Well, this is the question. This is kind of being unveiled, but I mean, if these are the specs that they are saying the bike's going to come out with next year, then I don't know. I mean, it says here that A1 compliant. This kind of confuses me. Okay, so A1 is like 125, isn't it? A1 is 125. A2 is up to 44 horsepower, 45 horsepower, whatever it is. And then you've got A, full A. So, no, these aren't middleweight bikes then. These are actually, these are like 125 equivalents.
So does
Excuse
that
me.
3
Yeah,
kilowatt now make sense?
No, it still doesn't.
Right.
Because, I mean, it says here that, I mean, an A1 compliant motorcycle has got to have a maximum power output of 11 kilowatts, which I think is it 14 horsepower, something like that? But yeah, it's looking at that kind of class, basically, the 125cc class. But the biggest issue with these is that battery capacity. So, I mean, it's saying here about how Zero motorcycles range from 7 to 17 kilowatts, and I don't know how to pronounce this brand. Energica, I don't know. Over 21 kilowatt hours of battery. And it means that basically these bikes are only going to be able to do ranges of maybe 40 miles.
47 miles, it says.
On a single charge. Maybe even less than that. If you're, it says here if you're doing highway speeds. But even if you're doing 60 miles an hour, for example, you'll be lucky if you can get 30 miles of range out of it. It just seems pointless. And you did mention earlier about removable batteries. So, I mean, I imagine this is to try and keep the cost low, and you can buy a spare battery as well. So you can commute to work do your work day, come back home. Come back home. Before you come home, you swap the batteries over. So you've got a spare battery in your backpack or something. Swap it over, and then you go back home again.
Sorry, the dog's moved the desk.
But I don't know if this is the best approach, to be honest. As cool as it is, being able to quickly swap batteries would be nice if you still had the capacity there, And I mean, this article is saying that basically these batteries in these Kawi EVs are more like scooter batteries rather than fully fledged motorcycle batteries.
So this is a case of it looks great, but it's not packing much.
Exactly. To be fair, the designs of these make them look like bigger motorcycles. They make them look nice.
They've almost got a bit of a dirt bike look to them from that angle.
Well, that's the Z.
Oh right, okay.
That's the Z EV. So it's got like the naked look. But it's I don't know about this. I don't think this is going to be a hit at all. Especially when you have got companies like Zero, even though they're more like pay to win in the sense that to get extra battery range, you've got to pay for it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even though the battery already has the capacity for extra range, things like that. The Zero offerings are still giving you more battery life.
Sure are.
I mean, this is a glorified electric scooter.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, I think even in this article it actually says that's a different thing. But it says here that the motor in it literally resembles an e-scooter motor.
Go down, go up a bit.
Up.
Yeah. Under those panels rests a small and underpowered motor coupled to a pair of batteries smaller than the ones in the electric scooter, or in my electric scooter. There you go.
Which I think is madness.
Mm.
Absolutely madness, especially on a smaller motorcycle, something that is for beginners, learners. You want a little bit more range out of it. If you can't compete with the current class of motorcycle, i.e. the 125cc class, in performance, in terms of range, then it's not going to be saleable. People are going to pick, more than likely, just a traditional ICE 125 over an electric equivalent if this is going to be what they look like. I don't know.
Have to be sellable, though.
It might be. Maybe by the time they actually come out, the batteries will be better, they'll have better performance, the motors might be slightly better, but it's not looking positive,
after
really.
All the money into R&D they've put, they want them to be sellable, they don't
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it kind of goes back to our little discussion of whether or not we think it was the right thing to do for these manufacturers to target the 125cc class, or whether or not they should target the high performance class first to get the hype around it. Like, if they want to sell these bikes and they want to sell them in large numbers, well, you want a poster bike. A poster bike is going to be something like a Ninja H2, for example. Electrify one of them, give it loads and loads of power, give it a decent amount of range as well, and then maybe that'll start trickling down in terms of sales.
Because you want to get people brought into the concept of having an electric. It's like if you're in a band, you release what you think is the best song first, get everyone invested in the album.
Exactly.
And then if there's anything else naff, you bury it under everything else that's good.
And this isn't the way to do it.
No.
I don't know. I'm not a marketing expert. I'm not an R&D expert. I'm not an expert in any of this. I'm just thinking from a consumer's point of view. If I was going to be looking to buy one of these, and no doubt it's going to be more expensive than a 125cc bike. To be fair, with the smaller batteries, it might be a case of actually they'll be around about the same price, but it's still going to be more expensive. It's going to be close. I mean, I think at the moment is the Ninja 125, is that like £4,500?
Something like that.
On the road, something like that. Well, this bike, it wouldn't surprise me if it cost £5,500, an extra £1,000 on top. It wouldn't surprise me. And unless there's some other goodies, other things that are going to come with the bike, then there's kind of no point. And I mean, well, there's another reason why I think it's silly to have such a small battery, is that if you're going to have some nice features like a TFT dash, for example, cruise control, things that are kind of staple EV kind of things, well, it's going to use up more battery. So I don't know. Big question mark. I don't think this is good, to be honest. They look really good, they look really cool, but
it's a shame because they've got such a following and they've got such a brand name behind them that it's a shame that this is their first reveal.
It's going to be a bust if this is actually what they end up going with. And the thing is, I'm looking at it. I mean, I'll pop you guys back over here. But I'm looking at it. That looks like a Ninja 400 to me.
It does look bigger.
In terms of size. It doesn't look like a 125cc bike at all.
It does look bigger than a 125, doesn't it? When you said it was a 650, I just took your word for it.
Because, I mean, well, again, the Ninja 400 and the Ninja 650 and the 1000 SX, they all basically have the same design. They're just slightly bigger. Bigger versions of one another. That's basically it. But so it looks like a middleweight bike to me.
I think it's a chunky front, isn't it?
I don't know.
That's what does it for me. I think that's a bigger bike.
I think these bikes, of course, are going to be. I was going to say they're probably going to be physically bigger because they need the size for a battery. But if it's only a 3 kilowatt hour battery,
it has EV branding on it as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, things could change. I mean, they might be using this event to kind of see how people are going to react to it, and then they might
gauge responses.
Yeah, they might change the way how. They might change the bike, the performance, the range, and all that. They might change that before release, but there's not really much in the way of kind of performance numbers. I mean, this article quotes 11 kilowatts for a 125cc bike, so you imagine that they're going to be aiming for around about that as well. But who knows? I don't know. I mean, would you buy one?
No.
Because, I mean, more than likely you're still going to be on CBT by the time these come out. Well, I mean, it says 2023. I mean, 2023 is
2 months away.
It's 2 months away, but it could be the end of 2023. We just simply don't know. But I mean,
but whilst I can ride my bike and get more oomph out of it, why do I go for one of those?
Exactly.
Is the bottom line of it. Plus, I don't like how the back wheel is different to the front wheel. I don't know why.
Eh?
The colours, it's more green on the back than on the front.
No, that's a light there. Look.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's a light here, and there's like a reflection of a green light there. That's all.
That's fine. Got all worried then.
All the little things the wifey doesn't like.
Symmetry.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I suppose the question to ask you, seeing as you are our resident 125cc rider, would you swap your current Ninja 125 for this?
No.
As you see it?
No.
No, I don't think I would either.
What's the point?
Yeah.
I couldn't even make it to... I could just about get to my parents' house on that one battery, on that range.
It would be a risky
It would be tough.
venture.
I wouldn't...
Well, unless you're carrying a spare battery with you. But
yeah. But that's a lot to have to carry and remember every time.
I'm trying to think how big a 3 kilowatt hour battery would actually be. Like, would you be able to physically fit one in a backpack?
How heavy would it be?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's not practical either.
So I'd have to potentially, obviously, charge my bike when I'm there.
Yeah.
And then you've got to think about, if I didn't have an additional battery, so I couldn't afford one, only had the one. If I was going to work, would there be any charging ports I could charge my bike?
Well, you'd be able to charge them at a wall socket.
Mm.
But, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that so much, but it's how physically large the battery is and whether or not it's worth it. Because remember, if you're traveling on a motorcycle, and you're traveling somewhere, you're more than likely taking a backpack with you anyway, but it's got stuff in it. You know? So you're going to sacrifice your carrying capacity on a backpack to fit a spare battery in. I don't know.
Whilst I am able to ride my bike as it is, or I'm able to continue the way I am, I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth it at this point, because if I was going to change it, I'd have to go something like a Zero, which I don't like the look of anyway, to get more range, to actually make it more practical to use on a daily basis.
They're literally glorified scooters. I mean, I know I've said that before about EVs that are bigger, but this literally is just the equivalent of a glorified scooter. It's just a scooter motor with a scooter battery with a nice frame and some nice fairing, a nice design. That's basically it.
I think the question that you have to ask yourself is, what is that going to give my current bike doesn't?
Well, exactly. It isn't.
It's just going to give me a headache.
Well, the things that it will give you, I mean, let's be kind of devil's advocate for a second. Yeah, it's got low range, but the cost of electricity, even at its current price, which is extortionate right now in Europe, it's still cheaper to charge up one of those than it would be to fill up a tank of petrol. It would still be cheaper.
But what else is it going to give me?
I mean, there's not a lot of info on performance, but if it's an electric motor, you should get direct torque to the wheel, effectively. Well, it's not. That's something I was going to mention. It looks like the motor is actually built into kind of like traditionally where the engine would be, and it looks like it's chain driven, which is interesting because usually on EVs the motor is physically just attached to the wheel, so you get direct torque from the motor on the wheel. So I don't see why they would use a. I mean, that's what it looks like to me, right? If I zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that's a rear sprocket, and it's a chain that's going to a little hub here, which I imagine is the motor, the electric motor. So, again, I don't understand that. When you've got the benefit of having torque on tap, why would you add an extra mechanical bit in there? Does that seem a bit counterintuitive to you? I don't know.
So I'm watching it on here as well.
I don't know. It's
to see the
odd.
zoom in a bit closer.
It is odd. We'll see. We'll see. I don't have a lot of hope for this particular lineup.
What we'll have to do is we'll have to watch some reviews and see what happens and what people think of it when it comes out. I think
those test rides. The thing to keep in mind is that, as far as I'm aware, I could be wrong here, but as far as I'm aware, this is the first kind of big Japanese brand to tease an electric motorcycle, I believe.
I haven't heard any others doing it, but I could be wrong.
I haven't heard of Honda doing one or teasing anything. I haven't heard Suzuki teasing anything. I haven't heard Yamaha teasing anything yet. So, I mean, it might be kind of like a bit of a catalyst here to spur some more innovation and stuff. Because, I mean, there's something to be said about being the first brand to release an EV bike.
So, Honda
skeptical
has released some teasing photos of their commuter EVs.
But those are scooters. I'm talking about motorcycles. Things that are supposed to resemble motorcycles.
Yeah, but what I'm also saying is that they've got 10 that they want to release by 2025, but they haven't actually released any details about them. So,
big question marks, I think. Big question marks on this one, but who knows? Who knows? It might be a hit, but I don't think it is. Anyone who is looking to buy a 125, they're on an A1 license or a CBT, it would look cool. Without a doubt, it would look cool, and it would be convenient being able to charge a bike without having to go to a petrol station, things like that. No tax on it, fine. But it's not going to give you the same experience. It's not going to give you the same range. It's not going to give you, less servicing costs as well, I suppose. You don't have to service it or service it as much.
Suzuki aren't looking to launch for the next 1 or 2 years, they've said.
Nah. Most of them are like that. Well, same with Honda. 1 to 2 years. So they'll be looking around about 2025 probably. So Kawasaki's trying to get the jump in early.
But it could be one of those cases where they're going to do something and everyone else is going to learn from them.
Well, anyway, at this point, I think it's a bust. They look nice, they look cool, but I don't think...
Not convinced yet.
I don't think they're going to be any good. Now, imagine having a motorcycle you can't even do 40 miles in. Especially like a 125cc equivalent. I mean, when a 125cc, a modern 125cc, you can get 80 mpg out of it or more. I mean, your bike, for example, just goes on forever. It wouldn't surprise me if you could do close to 200 miles on a single tank, and that's a 9-litre tank. It's ridiculous. 200. Okay, let's be more conservative. Let's say 150 miles on a single tank. That's still a hell of a lot better than, and you could ride it at full pelt as well and still get that range. That's better than riding an EV at full pelt and get less than a third of the range. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Still got some work to do, and I think it might have been a bit too early.
Might jump the gun a little bit.
For all we know, the battery tech in the next 12 to 24 months might improve to a point where you can get, say, a 10 kilowatt hour or 11 kilowatt hour, 12 kilowatt hour battery in the same size, same physical size which would make a lot of sense because then means that you're going to be carrying less weight. You can have more range, and more than likely you're going to be able to use that power a bit more. But it's not there yet. They're still using the same batteries the same batteries you've had for the last 10, 15 years, the lithium polymer batteries. So I don't know, but we'll see. Because there's speculation that Kawasaki are designing an in-house battery, which hasn't come to fruition yet either. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, it might be one of those platforms. If it is an easily swappable battery, you can buy one next year, and then maybe in 6 months' time, they'll have a brand new design battery, which will give you double the range or triple the range and more performance. Maybe. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But there's not a lot of information really on it. But the information that has been teased isn't promising. So I suppose we'll see. Anyway, yeah, let us know your thoughts on that. Well, I'll tell you what, actually,
let's go to our comments.
Yeah, let's have a look in the chat here, see what you guys think. Jim P, good to see you, mate. How you doing? Anyone doing the Ring of Red this Sunday around the M25? Is there something happening this Sunday in London?
Don't know. Let's have a look.
I don't know. M25. I mean, we've been around the M25 before, where it's just a totally random day in the middle of the week. And it's gridlocked. It's ridiculous. So who knows? M25 can be a nightmare.
Oh, it's to do with Remembrance Sunday, I think.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I've ended up on Facebook.
I've not heard of this event. Yeah, 125 guy. A1 is 125. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I was getting confused. Yeah, because it kind of goes backwards, doesn't it? So you've got A1, A2, A, where you think to yourself, well, should it be A2, A1, A, or should it be A1, A2? You know what? I don't know. Yeah, I was getting confused, especially when you look at the bikes and they look, you know. I mean, well, if I send you guys over to this screen here, you look at this bike here. I mean, it doesn't look too different to one of them, does it?
No, not really.
These EVs, in terms of physical size. At 125 guy, surely they can limit the motor and more battery for a better range. We don't know. I mean, you'd have thought so, but that's the thing. It's not one of those. You don't really want to baby it, you know. I don't know. I mean, the way how most of us ride 125s, we're going to have to change the way how we ride them if we want to get any sort of range from these bikes. Yeah, seems that the 125cc equivalent always suffers on the range, and the middleweight range still gives much more range. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see about that as well, because maybe not. Or maybe that's why they're doing these bikes bigger, or making them bigger, is to try and be able to fit in bigger batteries, I suppose. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, whether or not the battery is like this big or something. Who knows? Yeah. Space City Moto Vlogs. Damn you, Kawasaki. Yeah. Yeah, 125 guy. No way I'd swap my CVR for the Ninja EV as it is right now. I think you'd have to be wanting to be like a early adopter, you know, to want to buy one of these. You all right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing a scorecard.
I am.
Oh, I see.
Oh, it's all hairy.
Mark, never going electric. Petrol going through my veins forever. Oh, I don't know. I wish that were true. 125 guy, it's belt driven. That's interesting, because it looked like, to me, that looks like a cog. Looks like a gear. I don't think it's belt driven. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We'll see. Yeah, 125 guy, get 200 miles from my 10 litre tank. Yeah. exactly. Yeah, ridiculous. Hey, Dubstyle Gaming, good to see you, mate. Just jumped in the chat there. Yeah, 9 10-litre tanks on a 125 and get you
A lot further.
up to 200 miles. It's a
That's
no-brainer
4
for
times faster.
No-brainer.
You know?
Even if it's 3/4 of that, it's still worth it to get an ICE over electric at this point. All right, so let's well, shall we pop an ad break in, because I realised that the past couple of weeks we haven't done ad breaks.
Yeah.
So right, we'll chuck you guys in. I hope you don't mind, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Back in a jiffy.
Right, what we got here then?
Don't scroll up.
So how are we going to do this then? Are we going to do this kind of, we're going to answer one question and then reveal the answer?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Let everyone have a look as well.
Yeah. We'll do that in a moment. God,
Yeah.
these bloody things, man. Nerf darts.
Oh, no, don't do that. Right, I'm going to skip my advert.
I don't know where they keep coming from.
Right, I'm skipped my advert. I'm back.
All right. Okay, so everyone should be back now. Awesome. Okay, so let's bring you over to our second laptop screen here.
You might need to move it. Oh, no, we're right there.
Yeah. As long as I keep an eye on where the question is, it should be fine.
So this isn't a quiz that we made. This is a
found
quiz.
Yeah, so the wifey had a look to see what quizzes were around motorcycles, and she found this one. So you guys could feel free to join in as well. What we'll do, we'll answer one question. We will reveal the answer. So we'll go one at a time. The wifey's got a bit of a scoreboard here.
Very rudimentary.
And we'll see. Is there going to be a prize at the end?
Yeah, sure.
For who wins?
Yeah, why not?
All right. What can be the prize then?
Don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. You put me on the spot. What do you want the prize to be?
Let's say, I don't know. What's your favourite hero?
My favourite hero?
Your favourite
Oh, chocolate.
Cadbury's hero, excuse
me.
me.
Thor, obviously.
Sorry, yeah. That's what I meant.
Oh gosh, I can't even think what's in the box right now.
I mean, mine's the caramel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah, it is, because I like the double
Why have we gone
deckers.
back to food? Okay, I'm going to say Whisper.
A Whisper, okay, cool, right. So you have priority on all the Whispers?
Yeah.
Up from one tub?
Okay.
Okay, we got two.
It's really funny, because if you'd said Celebrations and I said something like Bounty, you'd be like, that's fine anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, Celebrations is different. Okay.
So yeah, let's crack on then with this first question.
If I lose, I'm just going to hide all the Whispers anyway, so it's fine.
All right, fine.
Okay.
Wifey's going to cheat anyway.
Yeah.
So first question that we've got for us is, when was the first internal combustion motorcycle fueled by petrol invented? Got 1985, 1900,
1885.
1885. That's what I was meant to say. I was reading the next answer.
Yeah.
As I was reading out that one. So 1885, 1900, or 1915. Who's going to go first?
You can go first. We'll alternate each question.
Okay. I think this has got to be pretty early. I'm going to say 1885.
I'm going to go for 1885.
Okay, you ready?
Wait.
What?
Dopestyle Gaming is in A&E currently.
What?
Been here since Sunday evening, been involved in a crash. It's not looking good.
Oh, mate,
God.
no way. Don't tell me it's on your bike as well.
Yeah, keep us posted.
Oh, for God's sake. Honestly,
Goodness.
ridiculous, isn't it? You go through your bike blowing up, and then you have this happen to you.
Yeah.
Nightmare. Yeah, well, I hope you're doing all right anyway, and
Yeah.
I hope you make a quick recovery.
So we were both right with 1885.
Yeah, 1885. I wish the answer actually had a bit more context here, like what the bike actually was.
Well, I'm sure we can look at that.
But all right, what's the
Could
dog
you?
doing?
I don't know. Could you pick him up because he wants a cuddle, but I'm too busy.
Oh, the
over
bike's done
Go
for.
to Goblin. Go on. Go.
Oh, mate. Oh.
That's gutting, isn't it?
I don't know how. I don't know how you can put down those laughing emojis. Honestly, that's rubbish, man. Yeah.
It might be one of those if I don't laugh, I'll cry type things.
Especially, you just spend a fortune getting it fixed, man.
Yeah, that's heart wrenching, isn't it?
Oh, bloody hell. I don't know. Oh no, sorry, mate. Yeah, that's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. All right, let's carry on with
See if
this
we can put a smile on your face.
for a bit. Yeah, let's see if we can lighten your day a bit.
Right,
All right.
question 2.
Do you want to read this one?
Could you just go up a little bit? I can't see the question.
Oh, sorry. There we are.
In 1894, hold on,
Get the glasses on.
that's the age. Which model became the first series production motorcycle in the world?
Wow, this is hard.
Orient Aster, Hildebrand,
Hildebrand and
Wolf. I never heard of that. Wolf Miller, or Peugeot motorcycles. I've only heard of Peugeot.
It would be typical if it was Peugeot.
Yeah. But
I mean,
it makes me wonder if it's not like the first one because I don't recognise it. Maybe they've fallen off the face of the earth.
I mean, production motorcycle. Well, I mean, it's multiple choice. So, what do you think, wifey?
I'm gonna go with A. I don't know.
Orient Aster. I'm gonna go with the stupid answer, and I'm gonna say Peugeot.
Okay. One of us is right or both of us are wrong.
All right, ready?
Yeah. We're both wrong. Okay.
Well, to be fair, I mean, I've never heard of Hildebrand and Wolfmüller.
I don't know.
Wolfmüller.
Sounds like a clothing brand, doesn't it?
It does. I'm sure there is a clothing brand called Hildebrand
Maybe.
or Hildebrand.
Maybe that's where they started.
Yeah, never heard of
Okay.
either A or B before.
We're still middle ground. We're still even.
Okay. All right. In a motorcycle, the rotational force generated by the crankshaft is transmitted to which part?
Now you're going to know this, aren't you? But I'm not.
Well, it's a bit of a trick question, this, I think.
Okay, I don't know. So, do you want me to answer first?
Have a guess, yeah, have a guess.
The rotational force is transmitted to which part?
Yeah.
I'm going to say A. The front wheel.
What?
No? B?
You know how a motorcycle works, like, in a basic sense.
Yeah. So it must be B then.
Well, this is why it's a trick question. Because it's C.
What? Can I say C now?
No, you said B.
Okay, I'll stick with B. You go with C.
But technically, if you want to be technical about this, the crankshaft, I believe the crankshaft goes to the clutch pack.
Right.
And then the clutch pack then goes to the gearbox. The gearbox then drives the chain, and then the chain drives the rear wheel. So I think the answer is almost certainly C.
Okay.
But it's a bit of a simplistic view of it. So
Okay.
what did you think? What did you think the front wheel?
I don't know. Rotational. Going round.
No, it's definitely C, but it's a bit of a rubbish question, to be honest.
To be fair, I don't know anything, so this is going to be interesting. Which company has been the largest motorcycle manufacturer in the world since 1959, with around 400 million models in production by the end of 2019? Oh, this is a tough one.
I think I know this one.
Something is B or C. I'm gonna pluck out of the air and say C.
It's Honda. I mean, I kind of had a bit of a leg up on that one because I think Honda started making motorcycles in 1959.
Hey, I've got one right so far.
But what? No, they didn't start making motorcycles in 1959. But it was in the 1950s, I think, is when they took off and they overtook the competition basically fairly early.
Next time we're going to do the Pokemon quiz. I'm going to wipe the floor with you. Right.
The motorcycle manufacturer Harley Davidson is based in which US state? What? It's not Detroit? It's not Detroit? All right. Well, I mean, what do you guys think on this one then? We got Missouri, we got New Mexico, or Wisconsin?
Do you know what this is?
I don't. I mean, I have a guess.
What's your guess?
I think it's New Mexico.
I think it's Missouri.
Missouri? Okay. No, it's Wisconsin. No way. That's mad.
Oh, gosh.
I was trying to think of what is the most iconic biker territory in the United States, and it's got to be New Mexico, Texas. Was it Route 66? Is that what it's called? The famous route that goes from east to west, something like that. I would have thought one of those states along there, but Wisconsin. How interesting. All right, so we both got that one wrong then.
Oh, I know this one.
Which of the following is a British motorcycle brand?
Do you know what this is?
Well, what's your guess?
C.
It's not.
Is it not? Is it A by any chance?
No.
It's B. It's
It is
Triumph.
B.
Oh,
It's
okay.
B, yeah. It's Triumph. So Royal Enfield actually is an Indian company.
Right.
It's I mean, it's funny because Indian is a American brand. I believe it was the competitor to Harley Davidson back in like the 50s and 60s. You don't really see Indians too much nowadays. I mean, you do. You see them kind of here and there, but yeah, Triumph is British, born and bred, basically. But yeah.
I'm not doing very well.
All right, let's see the next one here. So,
which of the following models is the first motorcycle to offer an anti-lock braking system? BMW K-Bike, Suzuki Cavalcade, Honda Goldwing. I've only heard of one of those, which is the Goldwing.
I've never heard of a
Cavalcade.
Cavalcade. Is that how you pronounce it? God knows. No, I've not heard of that one before.
I'm going to go with Goldwing because it's the only one I recognise.
Well, it's going to be either BMW K Series or it's going to be the Goldwing. Just to be different, I'll say BMW.
Okay.
It's
going to be B, isn't it?
Yeah. It was BMW.
Well done.
All right.
Let's keep moving.
Yeah, cause we got to get through these quick. Because how many questions are there? 31.
35.
35. You thought it was take 20 minutes.
I said 20 minutes to half an hour.
Shall we limit this to 20?
Yeah, okay.
20 questions today. All right.
We try and find some easy ones that might actually be able to get right. Because I don't want to lose my whispers.
Some of these have been easy.
For you.
To be fair.
Easy for you, not for me.
All right. Which of the following is not a type of motorcycle? Well, which one do you think, wifey?
What's a desert motorcycle?
Exactly. What is a desert motorcycle?
I bet that's a dessert motorcycle. That's how hungry I am.
A dessert motorcycle.
I was like, that sounds really good.
It's a chocolate pudding.
I'm going to say A because I've never heard of a desert motorcycle.
It's definitely A. Yeah, definitely A.
Got one.
Wait, how did you get that wrong?
I was like, street motorbike I've heard of, and an off-road, obviously, but desert?
Off-roaders, street bikes, desert. I mean, you would use for the desert. You would use an off-road bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we've seen in the reaction videos.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I know this one. Oh wait, do I?
Lambretta and Vespa are prominent brands of which type of motorcycle? Again, this is a bit of a trick question here. I think I know the answer. What do you think?
It's not a sport bike.
No.
It's either a scooter or a moped.
Yes.
I want to say it's a scooter, but I feel like it's a trick question. It's actually a moped.
Yeah, so a lot of people use the words moped and scooter interchangeably, but they are different things. A scooter is automatic, I believe, and a moped has gears.
So we'll say A for moped.
No.
So it's B, scooter.
I think a scooter. But it's up to you. You can.
Oh no, I think it's best for scooters. What I've seen it advertised as. So we'll say scooter.
It's definitely scooters.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely scooters. I've never ever seen a Vespa moped before.
No.
But it is funny the way how it is used interchangeably.
How many gears are there in speedway motorcycles? 1, 2, or 3?
This is hard. I love speedway. This is really hard.
I'm just going to punt at 2. Anytime I've not been sure, it's always been the middle answer. I'm going to say there's 2.
I have a hunch that it's 1. I don't think they change gears. Have you watched Speedway before?
No.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, well,
It's really good, but they're using their legs a lot, so that's why I don't think it's got any more than one gear.
Okay. Here's one.
There you go.
See, I've never seen it really. I've never watched it in detail.
It's
know.
mad. It's mad fun. I'd love to have a go on.
This is like golf, isn't
but
it?
it's like golf.
So the lower the score means you're the winner.
Yeah, well, that's a hole in one right there.
Yeah.
But no, Speedway is really weird because it's a small displacement bike, single cylinder, but it's got a bicycle tire at the front, a bicycle wheel at the front, and there's no brakes. And it's going around a dirt track in an oval shape.
That sounds really safe.
It's awesome. It's really fun.
Okay, let's
really
keep going.
Fun.
Oh goodness.
The Black Prince and Black Shadow are two models of motorcycle designed and manufactured by which company in the 50s?
I've never heard of a Vincent before.
Ooh. Oh, well, I don't know this one, so this is a guess from,
I don't think
from
it's
both of us.
Kawasaki.
I mean, there's only one brand on there that I would associate those names
Is
with.
that Triumph? Because that's where I'm leaning towards.
Triumph, because, I mean, I don't know why an Italian company or a Japanese company would brand their bikes as Black Prince and Black Shadow. So I think
I'm going to say Triumph as well, because I'm not sure.
Yeah, final answer?
Yeah.
So we should do like ask the audience as well, shouldn't we?
Mm.
Should do like lifelines, give you lifelines.
Yeah, me, because I need the help.
Vincent.
Vincent.
Oh, Vincent! Wow.
Never even knew.
I've never heard of Vincent before, so
How do you know it's Italian then?
they might not be Italian. They might be American.
Oh right.
For all I know.
I was going to say you sounded very sure.
Yeah, no.
Right, let's go.
No idea. Sorry. Right, where's the cursor? There it is. All right. Which of the
I
following?
know this.
Which of the following celebrities founded his own brand of motorcycle?
A. Keanu Reeves.
It's definitely Kanye West. I mean, come on.
Is that your final answer? You said it. Yes, your answer. Okay, I say A.
It's definitely Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Imagine if it wasn't.
Kanye West! You had to look twice
then.
then. You looked twice. Brilliant.
I was going to say something very unladylike at that point.
I mean, I'll tell you what, actually, right? Let's have a little bit of fun with this. If Kanye West was a motorcycle, what would it be?
He'd be a Peugeot scooter, wouldn't he?
Yeah, a piece of rubbish. That's what it would be. It'd be a Lifan 125.
He'd be the one that you go to turn the ignition and it's full of promises but doesn't actually go to anything.
Brakes.
Yeah.
Oh dear. All right, which motorcycle colour used to be considered very unlucky and would cause race crashes?
Wow. Red.
It's funny because all of these colours are very famous racing colours nowadays. You got Honda red, Kawi green, Yami blue, and Suzuki blue as well. So, what do you think?
I'm going to guess red because I have no idea.
I'm going to guess green.
Okay, it's going to be
You
blue.
ready?
Yeah.
I should buy a lottery ticket today, shouldn't I?
I'm catching up slowly.
Which automotive manufacturer is the owner of the motorcycle brand Ducati?
I don't know this.
I think I know this, but again, I think this is a bit of a trick question.
Where's the trick?
What's your guess?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if it were me, I'd guess Ferrari.
That's what I was leaning towards because of the red. I don't know why.
But that's technically wrong, because Ferrari is owned by Fiat. So technically it should be Fiat,
But
not Ferrari.
But it's Ferrari.
I think it's Ferrari.
We'll go Ferrari.
I'm pretty sure there was a Ferrari motorcycle made by Ducati.
It's Volkswagen.
Volkswagen!
Would never have guessed that in a million years.
Well, there you go.
And I didn't write this, so if it's wrong, it's on them, not me.
No, I'm
it's
sure
fine.
it's right. I mean, I would never have guessed that. But that's why I thought Ferrari was a trick question. Because it would be Fiat, not... Like, why would they have Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, and Ferrari? Volkswagen and Mercedes being, I think, independent.
Mm.
And then Ferrari owned by Fiat. So, wow. Well, who knew? There you go.
Not us, clearly.
Volkswagen. Fill out the famous slogan of the Indian motorcycle brand Royal Enfield, built like A, tank, B, bullet, C, gun.
You'd imagine it to be built like a tank,
Built
wouldn't
like
you?
a tank is the obvious
That's
one.
the... Built like a bullet?
Nah.
Built like a gun.
Nah.
Built like a gun doesn't even make sense. I'm going to say tank. I'm just going to go traditional
But then again,
tank.
though, because it's an Indian motorcycle brand, it could be a mistranslated quote.
Could be built like a piece of broccoli. Who knows?
I think it's tank.
We'll say tank.
It's got to be tank.
Gun.
Whoa!
Built
No
like
way.
a gun.
Built like a gun.
What does that even mean?
Exactly. It's some Hindi. It's got to be Hindi that's mistranslated. It's got to be. Built like a gun.
Built like a gun.
Well, apparently that's a famous slogan.
What is it? Misfire or something?
More than likely,
Like,
a lot
what?
of times, yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Moving on.
We got 4 more.
4. Okay.
What is the premier class of motorcycle road racing sanctioned by the Fédération Internationale de Motociclisme?
MotoGP. Motorbike GP or motorcycle GP? I'm going to go MotoGP. That's my final answer. You need to pick something else. I picked that answer.
Do I?
You can't have that one.
Well, I mean, it's MotoGP.
Try.
I think we all know that.
Yeah.
So if they had the Superbike World Championships in there, then or what have you, then that would have been harder. But
Or BSB or TT or something.
yeah, BSB.
Something more realistic.
Yeah. Fill out the 1962 motorcycle advertising slogan. You meet the nicest people on A, Ducati, B, Harley Davidson, C, Honda.
I don't think it's Harley somehow. Being associated with gangs and things. Or do you think that's what it is?
Well, I don't know this one,
Have you heard it?
but I think it's Harley.
Most people on
The
Harley
reason why I think
Davidson.
it's Harley is because in the 1950s and 1960s, they had a bad reputation. So they're trying to change that reputation by advertising the fact that actually Harley riders are nice guys. That's what I think. But I could be wrong.
You meet the nice people on a Ducati. You meet the nice people on a Honda. You meet the nicest people on a Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson sounds more natural at the end of that sentence. Doesn't it? And I'm going to jump on your answer and say that's mine too.
Okay.
You're going to be wrong, isn't it? You're going to... Did you know it was wrong?
No.
Oh.
No, I genuinely thought Harley.
But it
Harley
makes
Davidson.
sense. You make the nice people on a Honda. On a Harley Davidson. I don't know. Should have just stuck with my guns and I'm not going to take any of your answers anymore.
I mean, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? In 1962, what's that? What? Well, I mean, not even 20 years. Well, after the Second World War, you wouldn't have said that about the Japanese back then, would you?
No.
Yeah.
Again, trying to change reputation, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, let's move on.
Right, 2 more, 3 more.
There are 3 main ways to classify motorcycle engines: the number of strokes in the power cycles, the capacity of the combustion chambers, and the number of cylinders. Is my answer.
Cylinders?
A,
Sure it's not axles?
B, cylinders, C, gears. I don't think so. I'm going to say cylinders.
No, I don't think it's gears.
No.
No, you sure?
No. Is it gears?
No,
I think it's cylinders,
It's
right?
definitely cylinders, yeah. It's definitely cylinders.
Making me doubt myself.
All right. 19. Which part of a motorcycle consists of the brakes, wheels, suspension, and frame?
What's the channel?
I don't know. Maybe it's a Chanel.
The perfume.
Maybe, yeah.
Chassis and body, is that not the same thing?
No. No, the chassis is the frame of the bike.
So, but the frame contains...
The frame contains everything. Yeah.
So that's the answer then? The chassis?
Well, maybe. I've never heard of this term before.
I don't know what that even means.
Channel. Never heard of that before. It's definitely not body, because body is the fairing and all that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would say chassis.
I'm going to say chassis.
Again, it's a bit of a trick question, really. Because brakes, wheels, suspension... Oh, and frame. And frame, yeah, I forgot that was in there. Frame is chassis, for sure, yeah, like you said. But brakes, wheels, and suspension are not part of the chassis. They're independent components entirely. So, don't know. Last one then. Which motorcycle model by Harley Davidson celebrated its 30th anniversary in 2020?
I don't think it's Fat Bob.
Why not?
I don't know.
All three of these are genuine.
I'm going to say Fat Boy because it's fun. And if I'm going to lose, I might as well go out on a high.
Well, I'm not that familiar with Harleys, but I think it's a Fat Bob.
Okay. I'm going to say Fat Boy.
Let's have a look.
Yes!
Fat Boy, well done. Well
and that was for
done.
100 points, so I win.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
plus
the
my,
wifey wins, does she?
plus my 100.
Here we go. Yeah, plus your 100.
My
Yeah,
100
right.
for getting the last answer right.
Yeah, that.
Oh, wait, I put the names around the wrong way round.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh dear, that's funny. That's funny. Now we haven't cross-checked these answers, so some of them might be wrong. But I mean,
I didn't write it, so don't come at me.
We're taking it as at face value. Some of those questions for me were a bit
on the nose.
Not on the nose, no, just far too easy. I was expecting more like a pub quiz kind of thing. Some of the questions were, to be fair, but most of them I thought were pretty straightforward, really. But
do a Pokemon quiz next time, I'll have you.
Pokemon quiz it is. I won't know. I won't have a clue.
I'll win. Or a Harry Potter quiz.
All right. You guys are all talking about Dope Styles Crash.
A minivan thought it was a good idea to pull a U-turn from the side of the road with no headlights, no indicators, no mirror check, hence blocking my path of travel. Rest is history. It's a big learning curve for me. It hasn't put me off motorcycles in the slightest. Was chatting to the paramedic about what bike I get next during the ambulance ride. And then further down, it was a hit and run. Which is horrific.
Yeah, mate, that's
Guy lowered his window and called me an idiot before driving off.
What? So he pulled out in front of you, you crashed into him, and then he pulls down the window before driving away, calling you an idiot.
I was only going 30 miles an hour as well.
Well, you can't go that fast. It's a 125. It's not like, it's not like you're going to be doing 100 mile an hour, is it, down the road on one of them?
And your lights would have been on anyway, and just thank God you're wearing a helmet.
Yeah, well, thank God you're alive.
Yeah, that's it.
It's mad. It really doesn't take much to just do something like that. And
it's scary.
Well, I'm glad it hasn't put you off motorcycles, because those kinds of experiences do put off a lot of people when they have like broken limbs and stuff like that. I remember there was a guy that my mum used to work with, and she worked for some kind of it was a commercial insurance company. And yeah, one of the guys she worked with, she I mean, this was when I think this was when I got my full license. But anyway, she said that I ride motorcycles, and the guy was like, "Why? I broke my leg in a crash." It's like, well, really? That put you off? Just things like that. I don't know. I know maybe the same thing would happen to me nowadays if I got in a crash, but I don't know. Hopefully not. Yeah, mate. No, that's absolutely rubbish. I mean, at least, well, you'll get some insurance compensation for it and all that, so you'll get something. Especially if, I mean, did you manage to get the
number plate?
I don't imagine you did manage to get the number plate. If they didn't have lights on, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like 125 guy was saying, if you had a GoPro or something. And the thing is, I say that I only ever take a GoPro out with me when I'm shooting a video. I don't take it out with me when I'm just riding. So, yeah. Same situation can happen to anyone, unfortunately.
They're taking this a lot better than I'd have thought.
Yeah.
Us, or I think inside we're both raging slightly, because it's just so typical that someone causes an accident and then blames somebody else for it, when actually what they could have done could have cost someone's life, and they've driven off like they don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah, mate. Well, we're really sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that
especially after your experiences recently as well. It's just sod's law, especially just before Christmas as well. Man, couldn't ask for a better time for it to happen, could you? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, thank you for letting us know that you're all right, and
keep us posted.
yeah, let us know how it goes with everything. Yeah, I just feel bad. I mean, like, I want to try and help somehow. Well, I just don't know how to help. That's the problem. I don't know. I'll have a think. But yeah, the one thing, Dope Style Gaming, the one thing I was most annoyed about is that I didn't get to enjoy the bike for a full month since the rebuild before it got totaled. Grr.
Heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah, totally
If
heartbreaking.
you didn't love the bike, you wouldn't have got the engine rebuilt.
Exactly. Man, I'm lost for words, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think it does suck, and obviously we're really fortunate that you're damaged, but you're alive. And obviously, remember, you've got a whole community here behind you. So, we're supporting and
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Would be nice to do a bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But we'll have a think about what we can do to help.
Yeah.
Oh man, sucks.
So aggravating, isn't it? Because when you watch all these like reaction videos and you go, "Oh, you're being such an idiot," and then someone
experiences one of those idiots firsthand,
and you see the aftermath of it as well, and it's one of our goblin family, it's just makes it so much worse.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because I mean, we care about our viewers, and we care about all you guys. So when this stuff happens, it's just, yeah, really makes you feel bad.
Makes me angry though.
Yeah, it makes you really angry. Well, anyway, I mean, it might be worth having a look, seeing if there were any witnesses, if there was any CCTV, if there was anything around.
Apparently there weren't any witnesses
that can identify this driver. I mean, they wouldn't have. If you go to the police, down wherever they were driving, they'll have some CCTV footage of somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the UK, we live in the most. What's the word? As a word I'm looking for.
Densely populated.
No. Yeah, that's the
word
I'm looking for. We have a lot of cameras. We have, like the wifey's saying, some of the most highest density of cameras in the world as a country. So there'll be someone somewhere that will have some CCTV of this van driver. And then, we'll see.
If you're on like a main road with houses, maybe a Ring camera doorbell might have something.
No, a Ring camera wouldn't have picked up a number plate.
No, but it might get the description of the vehicle. Any defining like features with like stickers or something on it. Don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, hopefully you've already been in contact with the police, because they'll be able to advise you on how to catch this arsehole.
Needs reporting regardless, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The problem is, like, if someone runs away from an accident, you wonder why they ran away from it. Whether or not they have insurance or anything like that. Yeah. I don't know, mate. But let us know how it goes. Let us know what the police say and stuff, because I imagine they'll be going. If you have contacted them already, they'll be looking for this person already. And yeah, let us know how it goes. But yeah, no, really, really sorry to hear that, mate. That's absolutely rubbish. And yeah, good luck with everything. Yeah, we'll do whatever we can to help you. Yeah, I'm sure everyone will. Everyone part of our little community will.
They'll be echoing the same, won't they?
Absolutely, yeah. They'll have the same sentiment for sure. But anyway, we'll let you rest. If you're in A&E, we'll let you rest. And thank you for watching, nonetheless.
Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, having gone through that. So yeah, thank you ever so much for being here. Thank you to everyone else as well who was watching the live show today. I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, I mean, we'll catch you all next week. You got our video coming out tomorrow. Our video tomorrow is going to be different. Like we've been doing quite a lot of different stuff recently, but tomorrow is going to be very different. And it's basically going to be about, well, how bikers can defend themselves in violent situations caused by crazy drivers. So yeah, definitely go and check that one out tomorrow. And hope you have a good weekend. We'll catch you next week. You're not gonna say your thing.
Sorry, I'm too light. Ride safe.
Please ride safe.
Please. Especially in those dark evenings. It's getting wetter and colder, and just be careful, guys. Yeah. We care about you all, so please be careful.
We do. All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. Have a good weekend. Take care.
You got me.